What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to our channel. You are on Let's Talk with
Sheila
and Jordan J. So thank you guys so much for joining us again for another week of Ready to Love. So in this episode, obviously the last week, the ladies were able to eliminate, and they did eliminate 2 individuals. So now it is the fellas' turn to take these women out and eliminate one of them, or maybe 2. We don't know yet. We'll see. So this week, actually, Tommy had a plan in mind where he wanted the guys to take out and go on a date with the women they didn't really have a big of a connection with, or maybe they lost connection down the road. So maybe try to rekindle some of that to see is there anything there. So that was their assignment for this week. And of course, starting out the first date, we did have Subrina and Shaun, the newbie Shaun, and Subrina, who we haven't really seen too much of throughout the season, but we're about to get to know her a little bit more, I think.
I think it was really cute. Shaun, I think well, first of all, Shaun's going out with a lot of the women. It seems like Shaun is definitely making up for the short time that he's been here. Yeah, so he's definitely dating. But one of the things about Shaun is, which he's kind of reluctant to say in the beginning, is that he wants kids. And then you got Subrina, who's like, I'm happy, I have my daughter, I'm where I want to be in life, but yes, I would like to have someone to share the rest of my life with me, but no kids.
Yeah, no kids.
So with that being said, red flags everywhere.
Yeah.
For Shaun.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like none of these women that he's going out with.
Well, it looks like none of the women his age. You know what I'm saying? His age don't want kids.
His age. He doesn't have to go for somebody younger.
Yeah, much younger.
Which it doesn't seem like that's what he's been doing. But, whatever. He sparked a connection with Subrina. And you can definitely see it playing out throughout this episode. They were, playing with each other, laughing, kicking it up. But you know what? Subrina, she was like, so where does this leave us as far as a relationship? You wanting kids, me not wanting kids. And I honestly thought Shaun was going to tell her this is not going to work. He kind of said it, but then he was taking it back a little bit.
He kept backsliding. I was like, just let her know if kids are important and she's not willing to have it. That's why I thought we call it being adults. Having an adult conversation and keeping it 100. Shaun, you got to keep it 100. If you want kids and she doesn't want kids, don't string anybody along knowingly that in 3 months it's not going to work because you still want to address the question about having kids, and she's clearly told you she don't want kids.
Right. And I think Subrina is going to have to be the one to maybe cut that too, knowing that he does want kids. Not to mention, he just seems a little sketchy or something. I don't know. Maybe he's so diplomatic. I don't know what he is. But moving on to the next date, who we had, Zadia and Walter. Excuse me, I got the order mixed up. So they were actually the first date.
Yeah, they were.
The first date, Zadia
I know
and
they
Walter.
were, but I was like, that's okay.
My bad.
We wanted to see who was watching, so that was a little trick thing to you all. Were you watching?
Yes. Walter and Zadia, Walter, he's a good-looking man. I think everyone kind of fell for him in the very beginning. He seems to be a little bit too much of a smooth talker. I don't know.
What did Zadia say? They was talking about the devil.
Speak of the devil, the devil has appeared.
The devil has appeared. I was like, all right, now smooth talking.
Yeah, Walter, he definitely talked some panties off.
Yeah, he can. But he must say talk to me now. He don't have no kids.
Yeah.
And he 44?
I know. I don't know what it is with all these old men wanting kids now. You in your 40s, and now you decide kids might be something I want.
I'm not really sure were they saving themselves, or How long ago has it been since his wife passed away?
He said 2006 maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
like
so
it's 21,
so,
22 maybe.
Right, so we're talking about 15, 16 years ago.
And I think he was playing games like the entire time.
No, I'm just, maybe so. But right now, in the last 15, 16 years, he had another relationship because he keeps talking about his wife.
But I think he just been playing. Like, he wasn't serious about it. And now that he's getting 15, up there.
16 years and he no kids, and now he's so serious about wanting to have kids.
I know.
And you trying to date women your age who has kids?
Connecting with women who don't want kids.
Walter, what have you been doing for the last 15 years?
You think him and Zadia would make a good match?
I don't know why. I didn't feel that
spark.
I didn't feel a spark between them. I think they had a good conversation, and I think both of them are very attractive people. But as far as them having some kind of chemistry,
I don't think it was there.
I didn't feel it. No,
I don't think so.
I didn't feel it at all. So,
but we'll see.
We'll see.
It's the only time we'll tell.
We will see.
Moving on to the next date, though, we did have Aeisha and Phil, which was. That interaction was very, very, very surprising because Aeisha opened up quite a bit with Phil.
She really
and
did.
it's kind of got me a little skeptical this whole episode was about going out on a date with people you weren't really connecting with. So the fact that Phil went out with a date with Aeisha and Aisha is clearly like feeling Phil, I'm like, I don't know if he's there for you. Like, I don't know.
Well, it was for the guys to go out with somebody that they wanted to kind of give a second chance to, right?
Right.
And
but
so
it
Phil
seems
chose
like
Aeisha. But for some reason, Aeisha thinks that her and Phil has a connection.
A big one. Yeah, for her to open up about, the reason why she doesn't want kids anymore.
So is Phil, like, playing the Phil?
Yeah, it would seem like a little bit.
Phil, are you
behind
the
the
Phil?
scenes.
I'm just saying, because you're right. Why are you giving mixed signals? Why does Aeisha think you all have a connection? And clearly you're saying, what?
Yeah, from the assignment, if we're going by the assignment, it looks like you're supposed to take out the person you least connected with.
She was so cute, though. Aeisha, she's so cute. She just has some, how should I say? She's had problems in the past carrying kids. So when somebody asks her, do you want children? Aeisha is very, apprehensive and, she's very defensive. Like, no, I'm good with kids. No, I don't want kids. But at the end of the day, from what we found out with her and Phil, she truly would love, seem like she wouldn't mind having another child if she could. And it wouldn't be so difficult to carry the child. So it's almost like she don't want to let somebody down. She don't want to let her mate down, her partner.
Well, maybe
she had a child by them.
Yeah.
If she couldn't carry.
Right.
That's what I thought.
She just wants to be, say up front, no, you can't, just so you don't even come in with those expectations that maybe down the line you would be able to. Because she is still young. It's not that she couldn't, but or just her body doesn't seem like it would allow. She
just had problems in the past.
Right.
And we all women know that. A lot of us have dealt with certain things in our life, especially with childbearing. And it's difficult. And it's a mind thing that you have to deal with as well. You know what I'm saying? The body's not performing. Now you're starting to play mentally with yourself because then you're thinking, why can't I do what other women are doing? And what is wrong with me? So there again, it could be a big toll on you, and I could see that. And Aeisha, she broke down in front of Phil.
Yeah, she did. She
broke
definitely
down in front of
showed
Phil.
him a different side, and I really hope that her not being able to have kids won't be too big of an issue for Phil. But he's very young too, and I don't think he has any kids.
No, not from what I know.
From what it sounds like, I don't think he has any. So that could be an issue.
Well, let's just see. Well, but did you think they had seriously, did you really think their connection, even after that date, I
didn't know that they had a connection until she started breaking down. I'm like, wow, she really opened up to him. Like, you really are feeling this man. And it does seem like he's feeling her too. Like, he was very comforting and by her side. So I think they do have a connection. Okay. I do definitely think.
All right, then. Well, who was the next?
Okay, the next one. Oh, this is a fun one.
Oh, this is a great one. Stick around.
Our favorite crazy chick.
Oh, the local cray-cray. Local cray-cray.
Kamil and Naeem.
You
couldn't have gone through two different ends of the spectrum. You got Naeem, who was so reserved.
Real reserved.
And then Kamil, who was just a dramatic drama queen, like, just... That's her thing, the actress, like.
She definitely an actress.
And that date was nothing short of surprising. Like,
it gave us everything we thought it would give us, Camille.
Yeah.
You being cray and all. We knew it was going to be on and popping.
Oh my gosh. She had the man feeding her oysters on this date, which I thought she was celibate. Maybe she just was celibate.
But then what she said?
Cornelius.
Just because he did that, I hope he didn't think he was getting no. What she said?
No
cootie cat, no coochie. I was like,
old school saying no coochie.
I was like, wait.
But she was kind of putting it out.
What did I miss? He fed you oysters, and that made him.
Because it's an aphrodisiac. Aphrodisiac.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So
okay, gotcha.
But no, it was just the whole act of feed me, like all that on the first day. I don't know, like maybe that's how people date nowadays. They just be all out there with it, like on the first day.
Well,
like,
we already know ReadyToLove. They've already put their sexual energy out there, so why not?
Yeah,
I mean, that was out there day 2.
Yeah, I guess.
So now week 2. So you know it's out there.
Yeah. Well, back to that day. Naeem definitely saw every bit of crazy from Kamil.
What about her question first?
Yes, the 3rd degree with as far as how many kids you want, what's your financial status, how much you make in a year, like your 401k, all that good stuff. Like she was on it right out the bat. Yeah, asked him questions. Clearly,
he was like, Kamil, are you asking me really how much money I make a year? Are you asking me, do I make enough money so you can just shop and do everything you want to do? I was like, ouch. Naeem was definitely not feeling
no. I don't know who would. Like, you on the first day, you asking how much somebody makes. Like, that is.
And then what about when she said she don't go out with anybody or something, like only the people she like, and if she don't like you, you call her, then she just ghosts you for a few days. Yeah. I was like,
she definitely showed how rude.
I was like, wow. I was like, Kamil is on a real high pedestal. So I'm just saying, for her to be able to treat people like that, men, and they just handle it and they take it.
I know.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, she really is on a pedestal, and she's been treated. Well, I guess so.
She had 3 rings.
And then look who else she got. Cornelius.
I know, he still want her.
Little lap dog.
Oh, dang, boy. Oh, thing. She gonna dog. Yeah, she gonna dog on it.
Yeah, after what Kamil did to Cornelius.
How rude she was to him, but he ain't see that. But all right, so let's go on to the next date, which is our first group date that we've had in a while. It was actually with Subrina, Mumen,
Frank Mills, and Donte.
Okay, that was cute.
That was a cute.
Yeah, cute little mini golfing date. It ended up branching off, obviously, as always. Subrina with Donte and Mumen and Frank Mills together.
Even though Mumen seemed like during the first few minutes of their little mini golfing date, she's feeling Donte. But Subrina quickly picked him up and said, "Come on, Donte, let's go somewhere so we can talk."
Yeah, so Subrina has never been a shy
eyes on him. And Dante's like, okay.
Like a puppy dog.
So, Momi and Frank Mills ended up spending some time together.
Yes, which that was pretty interesting. I think Mumen and Frank Mills definitely have a connection. Yeah. One thing that did come up, as it will always come up, is the whole waiting to have sex before marriage.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yes, and Frank Mills, him being a sexual deviant, was a little bit apprehensive towards that. He seemed to, I guess, respect. Obviously, you have no other choice but to respect somebody's wishes, choices. But Mumen, she still throws me every time she does sexual things with like these men.
And I wonder if that's why she's celibate, because she is her energy is very sexual. Like it's just the way she carries herself. Like, I don't know if you ever heard this. Some people may say, "You're pretty, you're beautiful," and then they may say, "You're sexy," and then you say, But you're not saying you're pretty. You're not saying you're beautiful. It's just the way that you carry yourself. Some people carry themselves with just sexuality. You know, they just are sexual the way they move.
Okay.
And I think that's Mumen. I think really that's Mumen. And I have a feeling that when she's probably met people in the past, guys in the past, maybe that the first thing they picked up was her sexual energy that she gives. And maybe this is one of the reasons why she's deciding to, you know, be celibate. Because she don't want them to see her sexual side first. She wants them to see her side, her inner side first. So, I mean, that's what I'm picking up.
No,
you know, I'm picking that up from Mumen. Because her energy is just very sexual. And I think the men pick up on that right off. And she don't like that. And sometimes you just can't help how your way you move. You can't. You know, so, but Frank Mills, though, I liked him too, though, because he's very clear. He made it very clear that he's hypersexual. Like, he, you know, like,
you gotta like, know you from the Rudy to the
Yeah, like, you know, I'm letting you know, I'm saying this is something new for me.
Yeah, but moving on, let's go ahead onto the next date, which was actually Shaun and Tisia. Shaun again, we're seeing him on, getting a lot of airtime.
Getting them dates in.
Getting a lot of airtime right now.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some airtime.
And Tisia, we haven't seen her really in the last episode on a date, well, connected with anyone, to be honest. So this was actually surprising. It seems Shaun and Tisia do have a connection, and they connected through religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're actually very religious people. You wouldn't know that because the way Tisia dresses, but I bet you were surprised.
Were you surprised?
Not conservative, but you know, whatever. I don't know. How do you think their interaction was? Boring, exciting? You looking forward to seeing them together?
I mean, I guess they had good conversation between the two. Like, they had very good energy between the two. But personally, for me, they're kind of boring. Like them two together,
the interactions. But let's go on from their relationship to the next highlight relationship of the night.
God, I forgot
that was Courtney and Cornelius. We always see Cornelius.
Big hair, don't care.
Yeah.
That's what Cornelius said. Big hair, don't care.
She got to tame that thing. But so that was a little cringe. that date was
it was hard to watch.
It was.
It looked like Cornelius was definitely not into Courtney at all.
No.
Courtney looked very aggressive, and they made her, made her look very aggressive and look kind of desperate, like she was just ready, okay, hot and ready, okay. And Cornelius looked like somebody who really could have been somewhere else besides with Courtney. Okay, it was, to me, it was the worst date I've seen since the episode started. Since ReadyToLove started this season. And I don't even understand how Cornelius had so much. He liked her in the beginning, and she liked him, and I don't understand what happened between, the couple of weeks they've been there that their energy got off.
Clearly
Who's
not.
Ready to love
I guess
you?
He just wanted to finally hit the nail in the coffin on Courtney.
I guess, like I told you earlier, they locked eyes with certain people, and then they just connected, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because now all we know Cornelius to be with is Kamil. And I think the ladies see that as well. They're probably gonna feel the same way, that they felt about.
There again, how do you win something? Like, I mean, at the end, are you ready to love? Because I guess what I'm saying is the way Cornelius feel about Kamil and she feel about them, they both could go ahead and be off the show right now. And then we could just hear about them in the future. Did they hook up? Did they, did the marriage relationship last? Because this doesn't make any sense that you got Cornelius on a date with somebody that he clearly seemed like he didn't want to be there. But at the end of the day, he hadn't given any other woman a chance. Tell me, please let me know. Maybe I missed something. Did I miss something? Please let me know.
So, unfortunate for that awkward interaction. Courtney, hopefully, you tone it down a little bit and take the first signs seriously. Like, that man tell you he ain't trying to have sex. Take it for what he's telling you. Like, it's not a joke. It's not a game. He's not trying to play you. Like, he's being dead serious. Like, have some conviction. Like you said, you need to have some about you.
But I think her stock went down when she was dating Corey.
Yes, definitely did. And
your stock went down, sweetie.
Yeah,
when you started dating Core.
And you showing him attention.
You ladies gotta watch out who the people you dating, because other people who may be potentially liking you, who got a lot going on, they watch that kind of stuff. They like to see who you've been around, what kind of people that you are attracted to.
Right.
And you have to watch that, because people will, I don't care what people say, they will judge you. And that's what happened with her, since she dated Corey and nobody's really interested in her.
Right. And they went around and they said that. And that is why she definitely ended up in the bottom two during deliberations. Her and Kamil.
So we finally got to the round table.
Yeah. We went through the round table. Everyone, you know, as always, told who they liked and who they didn't like. Cornelius, who you feeling, Brad? Who is it? And of course, he only had two names because we've only ever seen him with two people, and that's Kamil and Courtney. And unfortunately, Courtney just totally X'd herself out of the game with him. Like 3 strikes, you're done. Like he was not feeling her at all, and he made it very clear that he was not feeling her. Donte, he actually said the two people he's feeling he didn't even go out with. She did that. I didn't even know he had a connection with them. Shiloh and Zadia, right? It was Shiloh, right? And Zadia. Yeah, that's what I'm like. You went on that one group date.
Them the top two. Those the top two ladies. The men feeling them.
So now that we have our final two, clearly, right? Kamil and Courtney obviously ended up on the bottom two. Walter took out Courtney and Donte took out Kamil. Kamil clearly has a sixth sense because she knew something was off from the very beginning when they showed up. She even mentioned it and said, I'm not feeling someone. Right. It's going to be awkward. Like, you're basically going to know I'm not feeling you. So right. The whole date with Donte, mini whatever that was off. Yeah. And Donte knew, obviously, he could read the room as well. Courtney and Walter, it seems like they were trying, to connect a little bit, which is always kind of like,
Courtney, you don't
know.
She didn't know.
I don't think she knew at all.
No, she thought he just wanted to go on a date.
Yeah, she genuinely thought he was genuine. And
but then he heard her. You remember he said something like, we went out on a date earlier with Kamil and you all both of them were
trying to fill on Cornelius. Y'all wanted him. Said, you weren't even trying to give me attention.
So he said it made him feel bad.
Too bad.
too bad.
So on this final episode, we did get to see Courtney was voted off, and she was very hurt. She was crying, emotional. I don't know why she got so emotional. In my opinion, were you really connecting with anyone other than Cornelius?
But who did they save? Oh, Kamil, you were saved. Yay, Kamil will be on another episode of ReadyToLove, looking for someone to love when she already done found it. Cornelius.
I know, that's it.
How long they gonna string us along with this ReadyToLove with Cornelius and Cammy? But we're gonna stick in there, right? We're gonna stick in there and keep watching, because I want to find. I really want to see the end. I want to see how who's gonna be the two people that's gonna last, and then how do they do this? Do they give each other a rose and you finally marry and you say, will you marry me, or do we just go date? Anyway, just stay tuned like I'm stay tuned. Don't leave. Come back, watch us. Yeah. Because we're gonna stay here till this is over, because I definitely want to see what happens on ReadyToLove.
Well, thank you guys for sticking with us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and like button now. Hit the bell notification so you know when we're on next. And we're going to see you again next week.
See you.
Thank you.